And 5, 4, 3. Welcome to Peacekeeper Reaction. My name is Nathan. Thank you for joining us. Joining me, as always, the beautiful, talented, lovely co-host and my lover,
Danyn.
Danyn. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. We're having a lot of fun filming today. We're having some drinks, and we're going to film into the early hours. I feel like we've got a huge list of songs and fun stuff that we're talking about. And in March, you and I are heading to Calgary to see one of my favorite bands of all time. Ministry with Gary Newman and Frontline Assembly opening at the Palace nightclub. And this is very exciting for me. So Ministry is a band. They're up there. There are 3, maybe 4 bands in my life that when I was in my formative ages, with Discman age, listening to on a Sony Shockwave Discman, the yellow,
foam headphones,
the 60-second anti-skip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that would be fine. The 60-second until the battery started dying. Then you'd have to turn off the 60-second to conserve. But Ministry, 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, and Tool were probably my favorite bands of all time as a young goth, Nathan.
A young warthog.
So when I saw this the other day, that Ministry had dropped a new music video.
Babe, you're pressing a whole lot of buttons. Nothing's happening.
Here we go. When I saw that Ministry had dropped a brand new music video, I thought, we got to check this out because we're going to see them, and it's called B.D.E. So I have no idea what this is about. It's very hard for me to see Ministry dropping new music and not click on it immediately. But, I'm sorry, are we boring you?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I had an early morning. You like to snore sometimes.
Holy shit. Early morning? We woke up at 2:30.
Yeah, and I wanted to wake up at 3:30.
This is so exciting for me. New music by Ministry. And I got to say, I saw them on their farewell tour when they retired almost 15 years ago. They retired. And I saw them on the See You Later tour. What?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Say it?
Nothing.
No, babe.
Oh?
What did you say?
Oh?
Babe? Babe?
I'm not going to say it.
Say it again. We're not going to continue.
I was going to say there's another age difference.
What?
There's another age difference.
Our age difference? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm a much older man than you?
A merman.
A merman! Anyways, so I'm very excited for this. I'm going to nerd the fuck out. So we're definitely not going to do...
Oh my God.
We're not going to be doing any pauses because this is...
Zoom out. So I'm wearing my glasses. I decided I'm going to wear them. So just zoom out so it's not one word per line there.
Okay. Oh. Can you see that?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Is that too... We're zoomed out. Not enough.
Well, whatever. They speak English. Close that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We don't need this. Okay. Ministry, B.D.E. And I wonder if it's about the recent war in Israel and Palestine. So, because boycott, divest, BDS, maybe. And they're a very political band. I actually formed a lot of my political opinions from Ministry and bands like Propaganda and Anti-Flag and stuff. Really political punk rock and industrial metal really formed my my thoughts on things. So let's see what they have to say. This is Ministry, B.D.E. on PE's
Key reaction.
So what was once forbidden becomes fringe, and what was fringe becomes mainstream.
This is a nightmare.
Violence. Violence. Using violence. Violence. Violence.
This is a nightmare.
Fornicative boys full of hormones and hate. manosphere.
It comes down to controlling women's bodies. It's the birth rates.
Let me give you a hint. I'm not just a vagina.
Toxic little man with a toxic little plan. Fuck 'em all, kill 'em all, both if you can. There's no relief in sight from the crazy far right. They'll never get to fuck, so they just kill out of spite.
Hating what you cannot have. Killing what you cannot be. Well, I don't think so.
Controlling women's bodies. Insecurity. Controlling women's bodies.
Using violence.
They're all focused on the idea of slaughter.
You don't hate me. You hate yourself. I'm not gonna have your baby, you fucking loser.
All right, ministry.
Holy shit.
Big dick energy. I agree with the sentiment of this song. It sounds like they're talking about like this incel behavior, this toxic misogyny. These people who, horny little boys full of hormones and hate, waging war on women because they can't get a date. And like, and there's a part of that is so true. Like, you know, like, okay.
Stockpiling their weapons because they think their dicks get bigger.
Waiting for the chance to finally pull the trigger. Hating what you cannot have, killing what you cannot be. No one can justify their toxic behavior. And
Manosphere.
Manosphere comes down to controlling women's bodies. It's the birth rates. Let me give you a hint. I'm not just a vagina. Toxic little man with a toxic little plan. Kill them all, both if you can. There's no relief in sight from the crazy far right. They'll never get to fuck, so they just kill out of spite.
Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah. And so there is this, you know, like there's this thing nowadays, incels. Like it's been out for a long time. This idea that, like, you know, the Supreme Gentleman, Elliot, whatever his name is, who went on a massacre in California because he just hated women because he couldn't get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he just like this rage, and it's like there's a thing, and it's kind of understandable these days, but like there are such a huge growing population of very lonely and bitter men out there. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Men who don't necessarily have anything to offer though, because like as a woman, I'm sure you've dated or been hit on by these guys who like there's a perfect example. When me and you were on our first date or maybe second date, we were having so much fun fun. We were laughing, and there was a guy at the table next to us
who was one of my regulars. Yeah, so he's talked to me a little bit.
Yeah, but he has like this nothing personality.
Yeah.
He's a zero. He's a zilch.
Yeah.
And when I went to the bathroom, he said to you, "You could do better."
And he wouldn't even look me in the eye. He thought he was doing something cool by taking a sip of his beer and saying that out loud to the point where I turned to him and said, "Are you talking to me?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "What did you say?" He said, "You could do better."
Yeah, but it's like
what do you expect from that kind of situation? For me to get up, sit down with you, and say, "You're right," and then for you to come out of the bathroom and go, "What's the matter with you?"
Yeah, but it's this sort of like that mentality is this entitlement to women. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I want you, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? You like this guy? Oh, but it's like mind-boggling. So he's such a lonely person that like, and I feel like
it's like for example, every fucking time he was there, never laughed, never like you know. And I served him right, and I can't even fake server laugh. I can't even fake bartender laugh
for sure.
But then he sees us wrestling in the hallway of this bar. That's what he was referring to, was watching how much fun we're like tossing each other on the walls to the point where I was like, all right, we gotta stop because we're gonna get kicked out. And then I sit down, and that's when you say you could do better. So do better than having the time of my fucking life?
But
are you crazy?
It's this crazy mentality where it's like, look, I'm not the most handsome man in the world, right? So I have to make up for it in personality.
Well, I beg to differ.
Well, that's very sweet of you. But like, I have to be able to be funny. I have to have a personality. I have to be able to like compensate. Like so like there are these guys that have nothing to offer. They're not funny. They're sit at home and they like rage watch Matt Walsh and stuff like this. Like
what's that guy that got arrested for human trafficking?
Oh,
Andrew.
Fuck yeah, the fucking
yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but like,
I do want to stop you though, because that is toxic masculinity. Just that thought process on your own, where you think that you're unattractive, so you have to have personality, otherwise you have nothing.
No. But I'm saying that like
you're like,
I want to bring something to the table.
But that's the thing, is that's toxic, right? It's like with women, it's like if I'm not hot, I have to be funny, right? Like if I'm not skinny, I have to be funny.
Yeah.
Right? It's a toxic mentality. It's you are hot, you are funny. And it's just it's a combo. It's not that you're not hot and you are funny, so it makes it worth it, right? But unfortunately it's not any dig at you. That's literally what they're quoting.
Right?
For
like
that's literally what they're talking about. And they're talking more about like this Andrew guy.
Yeah, what the fuck is his name? Oh my God, Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Like that is the epiphany of what this song was.
So he's more talking about like making yourself a high value male or something like that or whatever. But my rebuttal to that is just like, I want to be pleasant to be around. I want to be funny. It's not that I'm making up for things. It's just like, why would you want to be with me if you didn't have a great time? Like, if you wanted to stare at a wall with some fucking zilch with zero personality, you can have that in spades. They're all over this town. You know what I mean?
They're all over everywhere.
yeah, exactly. But, like, this thing about being entitled to, like, remember, like, that Elliot, whatever his name is, the guy, the Supreme Gentleman, the first incel or whatever, he wanted to make it mandatory that women had to give sex to guys and stuff. And it's like, no, you're not entitled to a woman's affection. You have to earn it. You have to.
That's what it is. It's not sex. It's not something that is provided to you.
Yes.
It's affection.
It's affection,
and
yes.
That's a connection that you have to
earn
and deserve.
For sure. Yeah. So that's like that.
But it's not just dudes, like women too, right? Like you know, I also can't just treat somebody like a piece of meat, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that love that, but like...
Yeah, for sure.
But like, I'm not entitled to it. Nobody's entitled to sexual activities.
Or love.
That comes from affection.
Yeah, and that's what these people don't seem to understand. It's like, and I feel sorry for some people who've never fell in love. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think about you all the time, and I feel like my heart is bursting at the seams.
I gotta say, the cutest thing ever is when I drop you off at work and you say, I'll text you in like 5 minutes. Is it like 2.5 minutes?
Yeah. But like, you know, like I kind of feel bad for those people who don't, but it's like, it's your own fault.
That's no reason to fucking shoot up people.
No, but it's like, it's your own fault. You like that Elliot guy, that mass murdering dude. His dad was a rich Hollywood screenwriter or whatever. He had nice cars. He had nice things.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get a single date because he was so insufferable to be around. And it's like, you got to work on yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blaming other people.
Quit blaming. It's like...
It all comes from you. It's like when people are like, all of my exes are crazy, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah. Dude, if someone says all my exes are crazy, run for the hills.
Yeah. Oh, immediately. Even friends that I meet, like coworkers or friends, and they're like, literally all of my exes have been just fucking psycho. And I'm like, ooh.
But no, if you're a rational person, I can tell you, a lot of my relationships in the past didn't work because of me.
Yeah.
I'm the problem. It's me. Hi.
No, same. It's like if you recognize you were the problem in these situations.
For sure. Yeah.
And like even if somebody went crazy, it's like maybe because you love bombed them, or like I've love bombed before. Yeah. Like, you know, when I was a little bit insufferable, or like, but I recognize that. It's like I may have made this person crazy because they had to fucking deal with me.
Yeah, exactly. So that was awesome. I love ministry. This is like old school ministry. It's got those samples that I love. And I was gonna say there's a little bit, I don't know who that woman is, but that felt like a little bit of Lords of Acid kind of thrown in there too.
I wonder if that's who that is.
I don't know.
We did go on a little bit of a tangent there. I don't know if you want to cut that out.
No, I don't want to cut anything out. This is my favorite. I love going on tangents. I love this. I love ministry. Al Jorgensen he does no wrong for me. Like, I've been a huge fan of his since the beginning.
Do you think they'll play that when we see them?
I hope so. Me too. But if they have a huge catalog of hits, that I'd be down to hear whatever. So it's awesome. So if you have any thoughts about any of the things we just said, leave a comment and we'll read them. And for Peacekeeper, I'm Nathan. That's
Danyn.
Play safe. I can put my arm back on.
But not these side things.